Hey guys, Black Ninja 797 here. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the Zetsubou no Shima trailer for Black Ops 3 Zombies that just released today. This looks like an absolutely amazing map and I can't wait to play it. Now, this map reminds me a lot of Shangri-La, Shinonuma, and Mob of the Dead because this map is really creepy looking and it's going to give you guys chills because once you guys see the actual trailer, which I will link in the description, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyways, let's begin. Now, I don't know what exactly this area is, but I have two theories. I believe that's either going to be the training spot that everyone's going to be going to get to a high round, or I believe it's going to be the Pack-a-Punch location. Now, you can't see Pack-a-Punch in this picture right here, but I believe that's going to be somewhere in this general area, just because I get this Pack-a-Punch or training spot vibe from this place. And also you can see there's like keeper symbols on the area. So basically I'm assuming that's either going to be the area where we're going to be pack-a-punching or it's going to be the training spot. Now you know how I was talking about that this map has kind of like a Mob of the Dead vibe to it? Well, this is one of the reasons why. Check out this area of the map. This looks extremely creepy. Like, there's just like these bodies or something. Like, I don't know exactly what they are, but there's like these creatures or living things, or previously living things in these like yellow test tubes. And there's like water everywhere, there's like plants growing, and there's the Division 9 logo up ahead. And it really gives me like this creepy vibe. Like, this is either going to be just an area of the map that's like extremely creepy, kind of like how Mob of the Dead had like the laundry area where there's like a whole bunch of dead bodies just hanging from the ceiling. Or I believe that this is going to be a location where you have to do something specific, like a Easter egg step or something along those lines. But this area is just extremely creepy. Now, this is something that's really cool. So it looks like we're going to be able to use the HG40 or the MP40, depending on what you want to call it, in Zetsubou no Shima, which is really, really awesome. So even if you don't have the gun in multiplayer, at least we're going to be able to use it in zombies, which is really, really cool. And hopefully it's just as good as the World at War and the Black Ops and the Black Ops 2 version of the MP40, so that way we can kick some zombie butt. But that's really, really cool how that the MP40/HG40 is going to be in the map. Now, this is something really, really cool. So I didn't notice this when I first watched the trailer because it goes by so fast. But if you look really, really closely in the trailer, or if you look at this picture, you can see that Nikolai is holding the MX Grand, which is really cool. So there's another supply drop weapon that's going to be in this map. So we have the HG40 and the MX Grand so far. Now, the MX Grand really doesn't seem like a box weapon or a wonder weapon to me. I think it's honestly going to be a wall buy, kind of like it was in World at War. That just really seems like to make the most sense. But that is cool, though, how the MX Grand is going to be in the game. Now, it's kind of hard to tell from this angle, so I'm actually going to show you guys another picture so that way you guys can see it and get a better idea of what I'm talking about. So here's a different picture, and as you can see, there's Nikolai holding the MX Grand. And this is really, really awesome. So not only are we going to have the HG40 and the MX Grand in, but who knows, maybe we might have something else like, I don't know, let's say the butterfly knife, or let's say the wrench or something like that. Kind of like a special melee weapon like the plunger from Horizon Drac. But that's really cool how that the MX Grand will be in the map. Now, this is something that's also really, really creepy. So it looks like there's going to be Cocoons on the map, and that's just really, really creepy. So I'm not sure if these are humans in the cocoons or they're animals or whatever, but the fact that there's cocoons just in the map randomly, that's really, really creepy. Treyarch was not kidding when they said that this is going to be the creepiest zombies map yet, because this is starting to get really creepily detailed. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually pretty creepy looking, but let's see, like, actually if this is going to be the scariest map when the actual map comes out. Now, this looks really, really interesting. So it looks like there's a very similar item to the pods from Shadows of Evil in this map. There's like these little plant things that grow from the ground and they pop up. Very, very similar to the Shadows of Evil pods. I don't know if we're going to have this system in Zetsubou no Shima, or if this is just like some trap or some kind of just cool effect. But I did want to point this out just in case you guys were curious. So it looks like we either are going to get a version of the pods from Shadows of Evil in Zetsubou no Shima, or this is like some cool trap. So at this part of the trailer, it looks like we can see like this mutated Venus Flytrap. Now, this looks really, really cool. A zombie just gets devoured by this thing. Now, this could be either two things. One, it could be a trap, Or two, it can be a lot like the dogs from Mob of the Dead or the dragons from Horizon Drac, where you have to feed them a certain amount of zombies and you get a special reward like the bows or the Hell's Retriever. But I think it's most likely a trap, just because I don't see this in any other parts in the map. I only see just this one in the trailer. Who knows, maybe we might see actually more in the map, but there's only one at the meantime, so I most likely am going with trap, but it could be anything really. So when I was watching the trailer at first, I thought that Dempsey was just holding a normal death machine, but if you look really, really closely, that death machine looks like it's changed up a little bit. Like on the side, there looks like there's like an ammo box of some kind, and there's also kind of like a belt hanging out from it. This might be a Pack-a-Punch version of the death machine, or this is just a similar version to the death machine, like maybe it's a minigun or something, but I don't think that you would have a minigun if you have a death machine already. So what I'm thinking is that this is going to be a Pack-a-Punchable or upgradable version of the death machine in this map. Now, I'm not exactly sure whether this is going to be a drop and you Pack-a-Punch it, or it's going to be a box weapon and you Pack-a-Punch it. If it was a box weapon, then it would have been like that at the beginning of the game and not like a drop like it is right now. So this just, for some reason, doesn't really make exactly a whole lot of sense, but it does look a lot like a upgradable death machine. So at this part of the trailer, we can see a plane crashing. Now, what I'm thinking is that this is going to be a Easter egg step, where you have to either make the plane crash or stop it from crashing. Now, this also could be something just for show, or like, for example, like you take a few steps out of the spawn room, and this is just something that you see, kind of like the Mob of the Dead playing Shadows of Evil or something like that. But I'm thinking this is more of an Easter egg step than anything. Now, right here, we can see, which is probably one of the coolest traps in zombies yet. Now, this is going to be Propeller Blades. Now, basically what you do is you just turn it on, and it will actually decapitate zombies, which is just probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in a zombies map. So there's a lot of things in this picture right here. Number one is that you can see that the character is holding dual-wield marshals. Now, only one of them is up on the screen right now. But if you actually watch the actual trailer, you'll see that he's shooting dual-wield marshals. So basically, we're going to be having the HG40, the MX Grand, and the Marshal 16 in this map, which is really, really awesome. So if you really want to use these weapons, you can use them in Zetsubou and Shima, which is awesome. And the reason that you can tell that this is the Marshal 16 in this exact picture and not, like, for example, like going back a few frames or watching the actual trailer is because if you look at the way that the pistol is shaped, there is no other pistol in the game that is shaped that way. The MR6 is not shaped that way. The RK5 is not shaped that way, and neither is the LCAR-9. This is the only pistol that doesn't look like anything except for the Marshal 16. So this is going to be a Marshal 16. Now you could say this is just a new pistol in general, but I really don't think they would do that. Like, if they were going to do something, I don't think they were going to add a secret DLC to just this map. Like, I think they would add a multiplayer first, but there is going to be a Marshal 16 also, which is awesome. So not only is the Marshal 16 going to be in this map, but if you guys look, there's also going to be this very, very weird looking drop next to the Death Machine drop right here. Now, it looks a lot like a egg or a pine cone. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but there's just like this pine cone shape to it, and it looks like there's a blue little circle on it. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this will do, whether it's going to be like a power-up, or whether it's going to be a part for something, but there is going to be a new drop of some kind because it is right there on the screen, right next to the Death Machine. So if you're afraid of spiders, this is really going to suck. There's spiders in Zetsubou no Shima. Now, this was a rumor about like a few weeks ago, but now it's officially confirmed. So this map is going to have spiders, and I'm assuming this is going to be like a dog round where you're going to be killing the spiders and you're going to get a max ammo. That just seems to make the most sense. And also there's more than one, as you guys can see. There's a piece of the spider's leg behind this other spider. So there's going to be multiple spiders, or this is just going to be something that happens like with the normal zombies where they just spawn at random. Or they could be like the witch from Barry, where if you go into a certain location this happens. But if you're afraid of spiders, this is really going to suck. And also, I have a suggestion on what you could use for like a cool specialist weapon to have in this map, and that is the Purifier from multiplayer. Now, we've had the bow and the gravity spikes from Horizon Drac, and we had the Annihilator and the Giant. I almost said Shadows of Evil. But I would think that the Purifier would be a great weapon for this map, so you could burn the spiders. That would just be kind of cool. But yeah, there's spiders in the map. So it looks like in Zetsubou no Shima we're going to be actually able to swim. So in Shadows of Evil and in Drak we could wall run, and it looks like we can swim in this map, which is really cool. Now this doesn't look safest in the slightest, because if you guys pay attention really closely, there is zombies that can spawn under here. There's walls that they can break through, and it doesn't look safest in the slightest. I'm assuming they did this so that way people wouldn't camp and try to get to a higher round under here by just hiding in the water. So zombies can spawn in here, and a lot of them do spawn this area. If you guys pay attention to the trailer, there's like a whole bunch of windows where they can break in, so this is not going to be a camping spot in the slightest. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this thing is, but it looks a lot like a final boss zombie that we're going to be fighting. And by final boss zombie, I mean like the boss, like the Easter egg ending boss, kind of like the gatekeeper in Drak. This guy does not look like just a normal boss. He looks like he's going to just destroy everything in his path and just have no mercy whatsoever. This guy looks like, I don't even know what to say. He just looks like just creepy and just gigantic and very demonic looking. And he's got like these vines growing around him. He's got like these mushrooms. And he's just got like this evil look in his eyes, like, I'm gonna kill you and you can't do anything about it. So it looks like we're gonna be up for a real fight when we come across this guy. And by the way, guys, this is going to be the end of the trailer. This was the last thing at the end. And so anyways, guys, I wanted to thank you guys for tuning into today's video. If you guys liked today's video, please leave a like, because it helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you're new around here, because that's really appreciated. I'll let you guys know I'm playing another video. And anyways, guys, I'm signing out.